What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm Eric B, and today I'm going to tell you how to get from Louis Armstrong Memorial Airport here in Kenner, Louisiana, aka the New Orleans International Airport, to the French Quarters in downtown New Orleans. And I'm going to tell you how much it's going to cost to get there. So follow along and let's get the party started. Let's go. I'm Eric B from Travel Adventures with Eric B. If you're new here, I offer travel advice. I'm a solo traveler and I do vlogs to help you travel better and more efficiently. Okay, so I'm going to start with a little history here. Louis Armstrong International Airport, which is located in Kenner, Louisiana, is the only airport in the New Orleans metropolitan area. So if you're flying in the city, you will fly in through this airport. And it's called Louis Armstrong International Airport to honor Louisiana jazz star Louis Armstrong. It was named that back in 2001. So you may wonder why the airport code is MSY for Louis Armstrong International Airport. It may not make sense to you, but the reason why is because the original spot where the airport is right now was a U.S. airfield back in World War II, and it was called Moisant Field. Eventually, the city bought the space and turned the airfield into this first commercial airport, and the name of the airport, Moisant Stockyard, which makes sense, MSY for Moisant Stockyard. Now, the airport is located in Kenner, Louisiana, as I mentioned, which is about 15, you could say the suburbs, about 15 to 20 miles outside of the city of New Orleans as far as the French Quarters and the business district and the areas you will be going to. Now, depending on traffic, that can be a 20-minute drive in low traffic or a 1-hour drive in the peak of traffic. So keep that in mind when you make your trip. Also, if you get in a hotel near the airport, you'll have a shuttle service that most hotels will take you from the airport to the hotel, but you don't have any type of shuttle that's going to take you into the city. Okay, so one way of getting into the city from the airport is to take the city airport shuttle, which is located in the airport. You can book your tickets online or you can book them at the airport. Now, it's $24 flat rate per person and $44 round trip per person. Keyword per person. So if it's one person, then it's not bad. But if you're going multiple people, it may be other more affordable and better options. But it will take you directly to many different hotels in the French Quarters and many areas that people are going in the downtown New Orleans area. So it's a good option if it's one person. If it's multiple people, I probably would go a different route. The next option is the cheapest, but definitely the slowest, and that's catch the public bus. You could catch the E202 bus, which is the New Orleans Transit bus, the RTA bus, or you can catch the E1, the Jefferson Parish bus. The New Orleans Transit bus is $1.25, and the Jefferson Parish bus is only $2, and they do exchange cash with no change back. And you can pay online via the app, the RTA app. And the thing about this bus is, because it's, like I said, it's the slowest method, there's many stops in between getting to downtown New Orleans. So you may be on this bus for over an hour easily, but if you want to get to New Orleans for the cheapest amount you could get there, this is the best way to take it. Plus, it doesn't take you directly to hotels. It'll take you close enough to walk. So the next method to get from the airport to the city is Uber and Lyft, or ride share. Mainly Uber and Lyft, because that's what we use as ride share. Now, this is probably the opposite of the bus shuttle. The bus shuttle, I tell you that if you're one person, I would say take the bus shuttle. If you're Uber and Lyft, I would say don't take it if you're one person. I would say if it's a group of 3 or 4, you're probably better to save a little bit by taking Uber or Lyft. If you're one person, it comes out to be a little more pricey than the other options. I'll show you the first set of Uber prices right now for if you're going from the airport here, going to a random hotel in the French Quarters. You can see you can get 4 people into an Uber for $44.90. That's not bad at all. But if you're going by yourself and you're paying $44.90, there's definitely cheaper options than Uber. Prices are on a Friday at 3:40 p.m. So if you come in at certain times, the prices may change. You may come at a time where there's surgeon or something like that. So the prices may vary on the Ubers in that case. But this is just so it'll give you an idea of how much it is at 3:40 p.m. on a Friday. Option number 4 is taxis. Taxis is not a bad deal if you're looking for something dependable to get you there and you don't have to wait like you might have to wait for the Uber app. I'm not a taxi guy, but generally you do get a set rate coming from the airport if you're taking a taxi as opposed to meters. Taxis are around $40, $45, similar I asked a couple taxi drivers to an Uber ride. Only thing about taxis, of course, I don't like to ride taxis because unless they give you a guaranteed set rate, you don't really know. I think some companies do give you a set rate, say 40, 45 from the airport, but then some companies want to do the meter, and I don't trust the meter. I like to know in advance. Next is one I put towards the bottom, the streetcar, because it's not going to get you from the airport to the city. So that's not an option as far as getting from the airport. But it's a great option while you're in the city to avoid having to deal with the paying for parking and finding parking and everything. I would definitely catch the streetcar, and you can just enjoy a little flair of the New Orleans classic streetcars, which is also a wonderful experience that you should experience regardless. But definitely catch the streetcar. And finally, if you're a rental car person, New Orleans does have a rental car shuttle, just pretty much like most all airports do on site, that'll take you to the rental car place, which is not far from the airport terminals. However, I would recommend to you, if you're going to New Orleans, you're going to be just going to the tourist sites and you're going to be enjoying the city, don't rent a car. I would say catch Uber, catch Lyft, catch the streetcars. The streetcars are fantastic. Get the RTA app, do that, catch the buses, walk around the French Quarters, walk around the Magazine Street, catch the streetcars. It'll take you to all of the areas, the central business district. It'll take you to a lot of the areas that you're going to want to go to, the City Park area, Magazine Street. It's going to take you to all of those areas. But the parking in New Orleans is painful. The parking is awful, and you will also hate having to pay everywhere to park. Not only is the parking bad, so I would highly recommend that you don't rent a car unless you're going to take a day trip. And if you're going to take a day trip out of New Orleans, maybe you want to rent a car downtown or something for the day or so you decide to take your day trip. I wouldn't rent a car and then pay for parking my entire trip to New Orleans. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification so you can know when I have more material coming out. And as always, remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace and travel. Lots and lots of travel. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like, share, subscribe button, leave any comments below. I love to interact and help us to continue to grow as a travel community.